Welcome back to Marketing Gems. It's week 6 and today I'm talking to you about what you should post on social media. Last week I talked to you about which social media was right for your business, so hopefully you've all had a chance to have a read of that blog and have a look at the video. So what should you post on social media? Now, this video and this blog is a guidance only, so I'm not about to tell you exactly what to post on social media, but the idea is that from this, that you will start thinking creatively and get out of that box that you're stuck in. So, why am I doing this video? Well, one of my bugbears is when a company or an organisation connects all of their social media. So they auto share all of the same content across all of the social medias. One of the biggest reasons I find that's a bit of a problem and it's not cool, basically, is because every social media platform is different. So if you tuned into number 5 of Marketing Gems, you'll know that every social media platform has a different demographic. Not only does it have a different demographic, but they are different in terms of their functionality. So for instance, if you wanted to share a written update with a link on LinkedIn, you could do that quite easily. If you then wanted to share that same content onto, let's say, Instagram, then you couldn't do it in the same format. So you'd have to change your content type. It'd have to be an image, and then your hyperlink would have to be included in your bio description. So in the blog that goes with this week's Marketing Gems, I've actually included some suggestions from Buffer on what types of content, so the specifics, whether it's written, video, visual or other. Buffer have done a great piece on that, so I've shared that with you, but along with that I've added a tip for each. So do have a look at the link that comes along with this video. So back to what you should post on social media. You could possibly Google that question and get delivered thousands of search results. So I'm not about to list all of the types of social media posts that you could possibly post. But what I want to do is refer to them. So when I Googled it, my search results brought up Forbes.com. They've posted an article with 100 killer ideas for social media posts. Now, if you looked at those kind of lists and without some context or some general ideas, that list is quite meaningless and you're still struggling. So within that article, they talked about posting polls, sharing quotes, posting product photos. And that's all well and good, but you're still thinking, well, you know, what do I do with that? How do I actually make that a reality in my business? So I wanted to put my own twist on those lists. So use those lists because they're fab. There's loads of them out there, but use the following, the ideas that I'm going to give you along with those lists. So before you go and look at those lists, ask yourself some key questions. So think about what's happening at the moment. What month are we in? What year are we in? What week are we in? And what day do you want to post? There's always something going on. What month is it? Is there a particular theme? Is there a national holiday? Is there an awareness day, national week happening? Is there something special about that month, that day in your business or in your industry? Is there something key to your customers or clients? I'm going to give you a real life example. So as well as doing these weekly Marketing Gems videos, I also work for clients, believe it or not. So this week I've been writing some blog content for some clients. I've got a client who is a greenhouse manufacturer. Not exactly the sexiest of subjects, is it? So I had to get creative. So they wanted a blog for February. So February is quite often known as the month of love. It's the month when we see Valentine's Day fall on the 14th of February every year. So how could I tie something around greenhouse gardening with Valentine's Day? So I titled the blog, How to Fall in Love with Your Garden Again. So the idea of the blog is to talk to gardeners who have perhaps neglected their gardens over the winter months. They're a bit reluctant to go back outdoors because maybe they think it's too cold. They know they've got a lot of work to do, a lot of tidying up to do from the winter months, and they're kind of putting it off really. So I give them some tips to get back out in the garden. But then at the end of the blog, I invite people who are reading to share their before and after photos. So if their garden is in disrepair, it needs weeding, it needs trimming, it needs things tidying up that have blown over in the wind, then in the blog we've asked them to post, share a before and after photo with the company on social media. So the idea is that there's a blog piece created that can be shared, but then it can be used throughout the month, inviting people to share their photos. So then hopefully it'll be quite an engaging piece with their audience. So do you see how creative you can get if you think outside the box? So when you're looking at all of these ideas lists on Google, just remember to have a little think before you do that. So think about what month we're in, what year we're in, what week we're in, and what day you want to post. Is there something happening that you could tie in? Is there a particular trend happening right now? A lot of the big brands do this. So do you remember the black and blue or gold and white dress that was around a few years ago? Well, many trends jumped on the bandwagon. I'm sure there was a Lego version of it and an Oreo version of it. So have a little play and think about what you could do different for your business on social media. My final tip for today is to try and think ahead. If you think ahead into March, think about what's particular in March, and it gives yourself and your brain a chance to think a bit creatively. Get those kick-ass ideas out there and give yourself time to plan ahead. So that's it for this week's social media marketing gems. I hope it's been useful. If you've got some creative ideas, do post below. I'd love to hear about them. Marketing Gems is on Facebook and is a YouTube channel, so do come and subscribe. If you found this useful, please share it. I'm just trying to get out there at the moment and help as many sole traders, small business owners, entrepreneurs as I can. So if this was useful, please share. Thanks.